Um, my name is Reggie, and I'm here to talk about XMEN Apocalypse. Okay, well, today I'll be doing a movie review on XMEN Apocalypse. So I guess a lot of people have been watching the movie, and a lot of people, um, are talking about it right now. I think it's quite a good movie for me because I'm a big fan of X-Men Apocalypse. So just let's talk about the movie plot. Okay, so the movie plot goes like that. There's this mutant which they believe was a god tens to thousands of years ago, and he's going to rise again because he's betrayed by some other mutants in the past. And then he's going to come back again as a god, and he's going to destroy the whole world. And it's up to the X-Men to save the world. So this mutant is called Sabinor, that's known as Apocalypse. Yeah, and he's going to cleanse the whole world, and wherever he ruled, there will end in cataclysm, which he would have four followers, four horsemen of apocalypse, which is gotten from the Bible, I guess. The four horsemen are chosen as Magneto, Storm, Angel, and Psylocke. It's like a very new character that we can see in theaters. And so, well, I guess the movie is like, for me, I give it a 10 out of 10 because the soundtrack is like dramatic and a lot. I mean, the sound is so good. I mean, even if you hear it in your piece, I mean, yeah, just I don't know how to explain, but the soundtrack is just like bombastic. Well, that's great. It's spectacular. And besides the soundtrack, we have what do you call that? The plot of the stories, because starting from First Class, it's in the 60s, and Days of Future Past is like 70s, and now Age of Apocalypse is like 80s. So I guess like it's like and now Apocalypse is like 80s. So it's like actually going down the timeline. So I guess the next one will be in the 90s if I'm not wrong. So in the 60s with First Class, I guess the main opponent was Sebastian Shaw. And then I guess Days of Future Past was so much better. I mean, all the storylines are good, but for me, Days of Future Past is a dramatic opening because it showcases those lead mutants getting killed. And Kitty Pryde, which is Shadowcat, my favorite character in the movie, had brought them back like decades ago and has sent women back to stop Mystique from assassinating Bolivar Trust, which is the head of the Sentinels. If you guys have watched Days of Future Past, I guess it was a great movie that really drives me into X-Men. I mean, I've been, watching X-Men for like, I don't know, 10 or 20 years of my life because it's been my childhood memory. So every morning I'll wake up really early just to watch X-Men. I guess the teamwork and the superpowers that they have really attracts me to this whole series. And I used to watch the comics, read the comics and watch the cartoon growing up. So, wow, it's awesome. I mean, this whole thing about X-Men is like really driving this audience in, and yeah, I guess it's quite a good plot. So let's talk about Apocalypse. I guess the whole thing was so dramatic because it started in Cairo in Egypt, where these people actually they're trying to transfer the consciousness from Shabanor to the next one, when he's near dying, when he's near to the time of death. So they're trying to transfer, and we had some people were trying to mess up the whole thing, and then he ended up being buried down in the pyramids or whatever. And then he got asleep for a lot of years. And then he finally wakes up in the 80s, and he saw Storm trying to steal something. And then he follows her to the house and then tries to magnify her power, and her hair eventually turns white. I think that's a mutation. So after that, he finds Psylocke in an underground drain with, I don't know what that's called. It's a mutant. Yeah. So, yeah. And then from there he finds him and started to find Angel, which has a broken wings. So he's turning into Archangel with the metal wings. And then after that, it's because of Magneto. I guess this is a story that makes me broke down to tears because his daughter and his wife was killed. And then he was so angry that he killed so many policemen and the workers at the factory. So it's because of anger and all this tragedy that happened to him that makes him want to become a horseman to cleanse the whole earth, because the world doesn't accept mutants because they fear the unknown. Okay, so that's how they become the four horsemen. And we do have Mystique looking for his son, which is Nightcrawler, known as Kurt, and battling Angel in the circus, I guess. And she's trying to save him from the circus. So after that, he goes to meet. He knows about Magneto's he knows about what happened to Magneto, and he finally arrives at Xavier School to ask Professor X to to find Magneto for him using Cerebro. But a lot of things happen, and Moira McTaggart comes back into the story, and they go to battle again. So blah 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 blah, and I guess it's really cool. I mean, bringing Psylocke, she has a little weapon that she can project anything with her mind. That is really awesome, because Psylocke herself, she's a little weapon. She is telekinetic, and I was just waiting for the fight with Beast, played by Nicholas Hoult, and wow, it's cool. And yeah, I think I forgot something. Quicksilver. Yeah, the last one, Days of Future Past. He was in the kitchen scene. He was running over all around when everybody was freezing, and he was putting bullets here and there. And that's how he got popular. And this time they're trying to put his powers for good. Use his power for good. So when this Xavier School was eventually blown by Havoc, he was there to save them because he was looking for the professor and looking for his father, which is Magneto. So he used all his powers in the exploding house. They call it the extraction, I guess. Everything just stopped, and he was there to, save everyone out and making funny things, drinking, bring a dog, eating pizza. And yeah, I guess it was quite a good scene. They really based on the real explosion when they were filming it. I guess the spectacular scene that was in the cinema, I guess it was really eye-opening. And I'm really sad because I see Havoc die. He was one of my favorite characters, and he's Scott's brother. So it's sad to see him die, but he didn't find any cops. I mean, he didn't find his dead body. I guess should we be able to bring him back in the next film, I hope. And yeah, I'm just hoping to see Shadowcat in the next one, because it's Shadowcat and Rogue, because they're my favorite characters in the movie. It's I really want to see them for that, and not being cut out like Days of Future Past. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting plot. I mean, if they add them in the story. And I guess there's one more thing. Yeah, and there's new actress that Lana Condor. She's acting as Jubilee, which can throw plasmoid explosion, which is known as fireworks in the air, but she didn't get to display her powers, to show her powers, so I guess. And the next one, I really hope that she will be able to show her powers. And of course, driving into the fight, the epic fight which they need to save Professor X, and then hopefully they get him out. So I guess the fight was not long enough for me, because I guess a lot of the parts were addicted out. I guess I need to see more of the fighting scenes, like Beast against Psylocke, and we have Angel fighting with Nightcrawler, and Professor X finally loses his hair. So he finally gets a shave, getting closer to Professor X. And I guess it's a great one because they had a very good fight with Storm flying up in the air and eventually helping the X-Men. And that's just wrong. She's not supposed to help Apocalypse to destroy the whole world. And I guess we could see Angel die, but there's always, like, you are talking about sci-fi, so I guess there's always a way to bring him back. He's like the cutest angel I've ever seen, and like Nightcrawler is like so cute. He's like there's a great sense of humor, and I really like Jean Grey played by Sophie Turner because her hair is just like, wow, what a beautiful color it is. I guess wow, the cast was like so handsome and pretty. It's like really of a high appearance, you know, um, how do I call that? Like, you really have good appearance. Like, they cast people with good appearance. I mean, you see Ty Sheridan with Cyclops, you know, with the glasses. She's like so cool, and it's like, wow. And Jean Grey, she's, you know, Sophie, she's so pretty, and Lana, we see a very nice Asian babe in the story, and of course Quicksilver is like so cute. I mean, it's cute in the face. I love you, Evan Peters, and yeah, oh my god, it's like just it's really nice. And basically we see Michael Fassbender as Magneto. Is like the most handsome and the coolest Magneto I've ever seen. And I guess Alexandra Shipp playing Storm as an iconic character, and replacing Halle Berry. I guess yeah, I think both of them did well. They really did very well. And just out of the storyline, but I would like to see Bobby Iceman more in the story. And I guess there's a lot of characters they have brought in, like multiple. Bruce Wayne, Sunspot. These are the 90s characters that are quite popular, and I guess we'll be able to see Gambit in the next movie. Also there's Tabitha Smith, that plays Boom Boom, the balls in the hands. I mean, explosion balls in the hand that you can throw it. It's just cool. I mean, yeah, that's awesome. And wow, I just say that the movie is really good. I have nothing to say, but it's just spectacular. And I guess Oscar Isaac did a great one with his ADR and, you know, getting the fierce look out of his Apocalypse. He really portrays that character very, very well, and I guess, wow, that's just awesome. And, you know, Nicholas Hoult together with Jennifer Lawrence in the movie, I'm like, oh my god. And I guess Mystique, she's like from a little girl in first class, and then she's grown up to like a sexy woman. Wow, and like she's just awesome. When I see her shapeshift into other characters, I guess it's really fine, and that's good. And I hope that Quicksilver will actually confess to his father that he's the son. You know, yeah, because I guess it's just I don't know what to say. I mean, this is a great movie. It's a great plot. I mean, Bryan Singer and Simon Kinberg are just great writers and directors. There's like, wow. I was sitting in the theaters and like doing this all the time. Really doing this, literally doing this, because they're so nice. And the movies have been driving my I don't know, my energy in. I mean, I really want to watch the movie so much. I went to theaters for like, I watched one in IMAX 3D, and the other one was like in normal 3D, and the other one, I think I watched like 4 times in the theater. Yeah, I'm going a bit crazy. Sometimes I feel like I want to live in the XMEN world. Like there's explosion everywhere, like, you know, mutants being able to phase through walls, you know, being able to just throw explosion out the hands with eyes coming out, or Pyro with his flames, and Gambit with his polka dots, or maybe Tolansky, the one who can, like, you know, jump around, or Avalanche, the one who can just make everything out of nowhere. And I guess if I can choose a superpower, I think I'll just get Rogue's superpower. Because I can absorb memories from people, and I can get their powers for a temporary time. I guess it's cool, you know. I can just zap someone's memory and like, wow. Or I can be Jean Grey, you know, with telekinetic. She's telepathic and telekinetic, so she can just move objects here and there, and she can stop people, and she can read what's in people's mind. I guess that's a superpower that we all want. Wow. And I really hope that in the 90s they'll bring the story into space. That's gonna be cool. I mean, I'm so excited. I'm so excited about X-Men. I mean, in the whole X-Men world, it's like every time there's like people showing their mutant powers, and I just can't believe it. And I'm just like, this is cool. I mean, it's wow, so big. And I guess the movie just goes on smoothly. It's a timeline and the introductions of these characters. Wow, it's just cool. And it's so nice to see Cyclops having beams out of his eyes and eventually becoming Cyclops and not Scott. And I guess, wow, it's just awesome. Just the movie is great, the plot's great, everything is great. So, yeah, I should bring some comics books to do some review. Anyway, I hope all of you enjoyed this review. I don't know what I'm saying, but I'm just excited about that. I hope you guys watch the movies again if you can, and there are some of the latest scenes on the DVD if they are released. So I guess you should just go and see this latest scenes. I would love to see Taylor Swift as Dazzler, but she was rumored to be in the movie, but she didn't come out. You know, I guess the budget is too high. But I would love to see Taylor Swift in the movies as Dazzler. You should be able to change the sound waves and do light or something. The powers like whatever. Anyways, I'm gonna face through it. I'm gonna face through the wall now. But I guess it's the end of my review. I'm not sure when is my next review or what should I do for my next review. I guess Resident Evil, but it's not out yet, so I think I'll just take my time and yeah, I'll see how is it. Okay, that's the end of my review. Thanks for watching my my review. And you know, if you have any comments, you can just drop it below. If you want to discuss anything about X-Men, because I'm an X-Men fan, a hardcore X-Men fan. So if you want to discuss anything, you can just drop your comments below and subscribe my video. There's gonna be more videos coming up. So yeah, if you want to discuss about characters, about Marvel, or you know, superpowers, or you know, useless mutants, or the most powerful mutant like Jean Grey, you know, she's classified as a Phoenix power. She's like awesome, and you know, who's the cutest superhero? I mean, like Quicksilver. He's like, he can run fast and he's like so cute. And you know, anything you want to talk about X-Men, you can just drop all the comment below. And I'll see you guys next time. I'm gonna face through now.